J. Cole dropped a new song
called
Clouds. The first thing I did when I got it, I sent it to the group chat. I said, hey guys, here's J. Cole. Here's the file. Have fun.
And then he put it on DSPs.
Yup.
Yes.
How'd you feel? How do we feel? Again, I don't think we got to stay here long, but it is J. Cole. And I am grateful that the big three, J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, are still performing at a high level. And this is J. Cole performing at an extremely high level.
Literally, that is, I don't know. It's not that I wasn't wowed by the song or all that, but honestly, I listen to all J. Cole's music, so me hearing the song from a general, you know, if you look at social media users, how they're reacting to it, people seem to like the song, people seem to be praising him. But me listening to this, I'm very used to hearing J. Cole rap at such a high, pristine, surgical level like this, and just rapping so phenomenally. So
are you getting numb to it?
Not numb to it, but I just really liked it. I enjoyed it. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God, this is why he's my goal, all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I just enjoyed it. And I will say the one thing I have to say about this is I would hate to be one of the people who lets this beef and the aftermath and all this not allow me to enjoy a song like this. Like, you know, just your first thought after hearing Clouds would be like, yeah, but he apologized to the beef. Oh my God, what happened in 2024? That I completely, you know, I'm over it. I'm able to fully enjoy this and it feels great. So I would just hate to be one of the people that, you know, is just not able to fully enjoy this.
Now,
that's my take on it.
I'm not the most vocal person here when it comes to J. Cole.
I know.
I leave that.
You're probably the least.
I'm probably the least.
I started noticing it little by little, like over like a year.
He actually is the least.
I leave it to my wonderful co-host.
But sometimes he'll be like, he's really like not impressed.
He don't.
No,
like,
no, that's not true.
No,
Reggie,
not today. But I'm saying like overall, like he be kind of like.
I'm so impressed by J. Cole. I want y'all to know that that's a New York kid to me. All right. When he does give New York. When he was going to St. John's, when he was listening to his mixtapes and the blog era was still a thing, I was a heavy J. Cole fan. I'm not going to say a lot of you.
15 years ago.
Exactly. I feel like as the years have progressed, maybe I got a little bit numb to, you know, his style.
Like you weren't really like in a pocket of time, you weren't really like invested for a few years.
Yes, I completely agree. And then 2014 Forest Hills Drive came and he got me back on board. Wasn't the biggest fan of KOD.
But then everything after that pocket of like the off season KOD, For Your Eyes Only, like were you kind of like
I loved For Your Eyes Only.
Oh really?
Not a big fan.
People don't freaking appreciate
isn't
that.
I want to fold clothes.
But that's not like a good song in my opinion.
It's not. Oh, sorry. I like that. KOD. I didn't like KOD because it felt like he was telling everybody that he's better than them, which is fine.
Like drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad, but it's like, dog, you've been working with people that have benefited from it, and you never had no qualm with it. You just had a qualm with the newer kids. So, but I want to tell you guys that though I'm not as vocal as I should be about J. Cole, I'm here to double down on my stance about The Fall Off might be his best album.
I hope so.
Because he's given us these Lucy's. He's given us Porter Antonio, right? And now we got Clouds. These are high-level verses that we're getting.
Like the skill of rapping, like if we're talking about like rapping, like writing, bars, delivery, all that, it is a elite, pristine level.
Yes.
But what goes into an album is not just that, you know? Like it has to sound amazing, it has to be catchy, it has to be like all these things. In my opinion,
I agree. I agree. I just assume that with the way he's rapping, and that's why I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, there's got to be shit on there that he thinks is better than the stuff he's releasing right now.
For sure.
Oh.
If any other person had these verses that he was putting out, they were saving it for the album.
Yeah.
Right? So I also want to go back to Regi real quick. Regi, when do we think The Fall Off is coming? Is it coming in 2025?
I think so because I think it's going to be all packaged with his victory lap he's doing and then Dreamville Festival in April.
Because
around that time. I don't know before or after, but around that time. I do think it's coming out this year.
Because him even doing the Wondery podcast with Eve, isn't that the start of his rollout, right? Wasn't that? Maybe?
I feel like J. Cole just be doing shit.
Word.
Honestly,
I think he just does shit for
like
his own satisfaction.
Yeah,
it's not like it could be a part of a quote unquote rollout.
Right.
But I deadass think that J. Cole lives in his own world. He's from a certain era. He released a song on his blog, right? Like, literally, I think he just wakes up and be like, you know what? This shit is dope. People are gonna connect with. No, not people. My people.
Yeah.
my people are going to connect with it. My people are going to appreciate it. My tribe is going to gravitate towards it. And I'm just going to do it. And whoever fucks with it, fucks with it. Whoever doesn't. And this is just what I'm on. I don't need it to lead into anything else.
Right.
I think out of the three, amigos, three compadres, whatever, he's the only one who doesn't necessarily play into the crazy rollouts. Now, don't get it wrong. Like, don't get me miss or confuse what I'm saying. Yes, there is a part of strategic marketing. Yes, it plays into the brand of who J. Cole is, like the dollar tickets and all that, right? Like, that's his brand. That is a part of marketing.
Yeah.
But I also think he just wakes up and says, man, I'm going to just do some shit I want to do with my niggas. Here we go. Let's put it out.
Like, he doesn't do things that he doesn't genuinely want to do, like the whole, like, label politics, all that stuff. Well, assuming, I don't know. Like, we don't know anything. But when dropping music, there is some sort of plan. Like, it's not a free-for-all, but I do agree with SaVon where he really like feels it and it's like, you know what, this is a good idea. I really want to talk to the fans today on a podcast, and then he just like does it. Yeah,
because I don't, and Regi, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't feel like they put a lot of marketing behind the podcast. I think it was one of those things where he did it. He found a partner who could execute it with it.
It wasn't like a campaign. They kind of just dropped it.
Like they just dropped it. Just like he's just been dropping songs and then going on about his business. Like, he's not even dropping it in the traditional way where he's monetizing. I don't even know if he's monetizing these songs. I think he's just doing shit because it's like, fuck it, I can and I want to do it.
I thought the same thing. But then I realized, okay, once it gets onto the DSPs, I guess you do make money from your streams. But no, you are so right, man. These are album-worthy verses.
Like, and if he wanted to do something like chart, he wouldn't have released it like this. But he was literally like, he just uploaded himself probably. Like,
no, literally.
Yeah.
What do you think we get on the fall off? Are we getting a farewell? Are we getting high-level raps? Are we getting hits? Are we getting him addressing the rap beef? What do you think we get on? Because he's been working on it for a while now. What do you think we get on the fall off?
I don't think we know.
Right?
And I don't think we can predict it because I think it's almost like the writer of a script who changes the movie throughout the process. The plot changes constantly, just because of life experiences or like the actors may go through something, whatever the case may be. Like, I think this is a work in progress and he's making this album in real time, right? I think whatever the fall off was a year ago, 2 years ago when he announced it, it's completely different than what it is today. Yeah. Right? He just gave us the expectation because he gave us the title name. And didn't he give us like a list of the albums that he was going to put out? And then right?
So Fallout was supposed to be last.
And there was another album, it's called It's a Boy, but he completely forgot about that. So
he just scrapped it.
Yeah.
And I think if he did truly scrap that, yeah, he's just doing it in real time. I don't know if we can predict it, but I will say, because you mentioned the beef, it is very difficult to digest the aggressive lyrics in his music.
You sound like Freddie Gibbs.
Like he can't rap like he's the best anymore?
As a consumer, not that he can't rap like he's the best.
Or what he keeps saying it.
But it's like what I said last episode about Drake and Kendrick. All of them. They keep putting things in their music to remind us of last year, of what happened last year. Right. If J. Cole would have put out this song and just rapped, because what was the line, Alex? I know you got it pulled up.
Which one?
The Martyr line, when he said, I turn your favorite artist into martyr. Some shit like that.
I'm going to get to that. I'm sorry. I pull up what Freddie Gibbs said to what you're saying right now. Freddie Gibbs says, niggas be rapping about how they kill rappers and they kill careers and blah, 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 but be backing out of rap beefs.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah, but...
I mean... Okay, even as a J. Cole fan, that does make sense of like, yo, why do you keep talking about, like, I'm going to kill your favorite rapper, but you literally apologize and stuff? Like, I see the point there. But I think, like, him rapping about, like, but his technical rapping ability, like, as a skill, he's the best. I feel like he could still say that because if you really, like, on a artful level, you could say that. But saying that I'm, like, the most powerful rapper ever, like, I don't think that is valid anymore because of what he did. Yeah. But if you're talking about literally just rapping, he can still say that. He is better than everybody.
What Charlamagne said? Nah, that ain't it.
I thought you were talking about...
There's a lot of people who still think J. Cole's the best rapper out there, so...
Yeah.
I guess he's just speaking to them.
I thought you was talking about the other line he said.
Which one?
So who the hell...
SaVon.
Oh my God.
SaVon. Yo, Karen, please. Please mark that. The fuck, man.
He just wanted to say that because that didn't fit in the context.
He asked me what he
What?
said.
He asked Logic that,
He
right?
asked Logic.
Yeah, he did. You got to prep me for some shit like that.
No,
man.
Logic was talking about it in the interview, and he had
SaVon.
to act. I get it. But yes, he also did say that ain't it. We're talking about rap
Charlamagne
verses.
is so crazy.
He calmed down a lot, man,
So,
that nigga.
yeah.
I tell you.
That's a bar right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to J. Cole, I don't know.
To your line about
yeah.
what he said about I caught a lot of murder charges, turned artists to martyrs.
Yeah,
That's what Cole
it sounds good though, but it's hard to.
Yeah, in context of the beef, you're like, come on.
Maybe he was rapping in the mirror.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one, Alex. That was a good one. I see what you did there.
Wait, it took a while for me to process. Yes.
That was a good one. Yeah, there's just those things that kind of stick out to me where it's like, because he is the only one that's just not battle tested. He's not battle tested.
Yeah.
And even when he had, like, we don't got to rehash that. Everybody knows what happened at this point. But Freddie Gibbs is a formidable opponent.
I
And
agree.
if it was a way for him to redeem himself, I think Freddie Gibbs is the perfect person for him to engage with.
Is he?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he is, Reggie. If we're
Okay.
talking bars, lyricism,
I
content.
think Freddie Gibbs is great. I just don't think he's
See?
equal competition for J. Cole.
Oh yeah, that's because I love Dreamville, and J. Cole is dressed up as one of the big three, and he sold all of these records. Bar for bar, Freddie Gibbs can keep up. For sure. Absolutely.
Technically,
Do they make the same amount of money? No, absolutely no. I'm sorry.
no, just from a technical standpoint, I think J. Cole is probably one of the greatest technical rappers, and he displayed that on his song, right?
I agree.
But like Alex said, ability,
Yeah.
lyrics,
Oh yeah.
creativity, and his willingness to
Wittiness.
engage.
Yes.
He's also, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not a new, quote unquote, new rapper. He's somebody who's been in this space for a very long time. Somebody
came
who's
together.
respected by his peers.
Yeah, they came
right?
together in the blog era.
Yeah, they did. So if there was somebody that could help J. Cole redeem that part of his image, Freddie Gibbs gave him the perfect bait.
He did.
Gave him the perfect bait. And we know you didn't want to kill your brothers. I don't think they're brothers.
Yeah, there's like a random third party.
I don't think they're brothers. I think,
I don't think
they're peers, but I don't know if they have the relationship that would stop J. Cole or that should stop J. Cole from sparring with him on a lyrical level.
See?
Freddie Gibbs showed his asshole to the world. You could go toe to toe with that. Like,
He did?
Yes.
Yeah,
Did I miss
Well,
this?
I wish
he sent
I
it
missed
to his baby moms, and his baby mom showed the world.
he was spreading his ass. No.
Yeah. He did.
I've never
You
seen
didn't hear
this.
about-
No,
He
I've
did.
never seen this.
And then took it on the chin, came back with an amazing
Have
album.
you guys seen the Picture Don't Lie?
Yeah, I seen that.
He was thinking for a second, like, should I lie?
No,
Should
no, I saw
I'm
Butthole. I did.
pretty. I'm like, you know what's
I
fucked
did.
up?
It's fucked
Reggie.
up. I seen it.
He's like,
Nah, he
he
did.
didn't just moon the camera.
How did I miss the story?
Like, yeah.
God.
Wait, why was he doing that?
He was horny for his.
I feel like, you know, a dick pic, like, obviously we know why guys send dick pics, but like a asshole pic?
Hey, some women are hornier than others.
Yeah.
Some
that
women
is
want a dick pic. Some women want a nut vid. Some women want a booty hole picture. It's tough out here, man.
I think he just offered that. I don't think
That's
a
worse.
woman ever asked to like get that. Like, I think he just said
Should I
that.
Google it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not, as your friend, I'm not gonna.
That's like a black hole. Like, I don't even think I don't think you want to see that shit, man. Hey,
Episode title.
you might get caught up in that shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't even think you want to see that.
Okay, yeah, I mean them engaging in a tussle would,
Yes.
you know, it would entertain me. But I just saw a tweet that I agreed with.
What was it?
Allegedly agreed with. But it said something like, "Oh, I love Twitter because in real life, no one's comparing Freddie Gibbs to J. Cole like ever." This is like a Twitter conversation.
It's a hip hop conversation.
Yeah, and that's why I hate Twitter sometimes.
It's a hip hop conversation, and that's really what's been pissing me off about the comments on our YouTube.
What they saying?
Whenever I talk about Drake and Kendrick, I'm only talking about it in a hip hop standpoint. I'm not talking about it from like the popular culture Drake. Like, I'm talking about it from a hip hop competitive standpoint. That's all I've been covering this beef with that lens on. And that's the same thing with J. Cole and Freddie Gibbs. I'm not talking about their sales, their album sales, or who has bigger hits.
Because we already know
I'm just speaking about from a hip hop standpoint.
Like
it's
a
like
skill
it's like when 50
Yes.
used to go at Jadakiss.
Yeah.
When 50 and Jadakiss, nobody, like even 50, even Jadakiss was like, yo, we know you're gonna sell 1 million in a week.
Yes.
Like, cool, shout out to you. But when it's time to like compete in the sport of rap, it's an equal playing field.
I
And
agree.
most would say Jadakiss got 50 when it comes to just rapping ability. I know I do.
Wait, Jadakiss got 50?
Yeah.
For sure. And we
Yeah.
love 50.
And exactly.
Yeah, but we know 50 was like more of a hit maker. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But the public's perception, the mainstream perception is, why is 50 and Jadakiss even a thing back then?
Right.
Similar to like the J. Cole and Freddie Gibbs. Most mainstream hip-hop rap fans, suburban, whatever, is probably looking at J. Cole, Freddie Gibbs. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. He doesn't sell the same records. He's not as notable. He's not as dope, whatever the case may be. But from a hip-hop perspective, Freddie Gibbs is qualified to spar with your favorite rappers.
If you listen to Freddie Gibbs' You Only Die Once, which was his last project, Soul Sold Separately, Alfredo with The Alchemist, Bandana, there's no way you hear how he's rapping and feel like he can't contend with the best of the best. There's no way. He just doesn't have the same star power as the rest of them. But when it comes to lyricism, for sure.
Okay, let me clean it up before everyone's like, you're just saying this because you're biased, J. Cole, whatever. And people could comment that because that is, you know, a valid critique. Like, oh, Regina's J. Cole opinions will always be clouded or whatever. Oh, no pun intended.
Wow, I see what you did there.
I do think it would be, you know, a worthy spar. I just think J. Cole would win.